Man, this game shows a lot of boobs. But happy holidays. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for clicking on the video. This is gonna be my Cyberpunk spoiler-free 2077 review 33 hours later. I had an interesting time playing it, got the game early. Most of my review videos are basically like a conversation. I'm not gonna try to sell you anything. It's kind of like a one-on-one conversation, like we're just talking, you know? And this is just gonna be what my experience is. By the way, before we jump into it, try to set your expectations to normal, please. I know a lot of people are treating this game like it's the second coming of Jesus, but let's be fair, okay? Before anything else, let's jump into the video. Also, guys, by the way, if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, comment, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't, right? So how long did it take me to beat this game? It took me 23 to 24 hours to beat it just by going strictly story, okay? Now, look, here's the thing. There's multiple playthroughs in this game. And one thing I want to say is that the start of this game is a slow build-up. It's a really slow build-up. So right after, like, that first hour is kind of like where it picks up a bit for it to have a slow build-up. But one thing I do want to say is that there's going to be two type of players. There's going to be two. It's going to be the type of person that just want to go through in this game, kill everything, beat it, and get to the end just to try to see it. And there's multiple endings, okay? So there requires multiple playthroughs. So the next thing about this is that the second player is going to be the type of person that gets in this game and takes them about a good 40 to 80 hours to actually beat the game because they're doing the side quests. They're getting immersed into the world. They're getting lost in what Night City has to offer. And oh my God, bro, Night City is what sells this game, bro. Night City, I didn't expect it to be that good. This game should be called Cyberpunk Night City, bro, because the city in here is what's gonna get you. You're gonna feel like you're a part of the city. You're gonna get a lot of different texts going through. You're gonna feel like, oh my God, I need a car. I need to steal a car. Oh no, I want to buy a car. Now I'm gonna take the subway or fast travel, whatever the case is. It's a lot to offer in here. The gunplay and the gameplay, how is it? I love the katana play. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed the katana play. The katana play was really, really fun. It was so fun to me. The next thing about it is the gunplay. How was it? I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a believer, but the gunplay feels solid, man. The gunplay feels really, really good, bro. So you got basically three types of weapons. You got power weapons, you got tech weapons, and you got smart weapons, right? The smart weapons are kind of like really cool. So it's kind of like you just kind of aim in that general area, kind of like where the target is, and you kind of just shoot over cover. And then basically what happens is that the bullets kind of track the enemy, kind of like Wanted. You guys remember the movie Wanted, to where you just curve bullets and get people? So that's one thing there. Now, there's two types of gameplays. You can go guns blazing, kicking in the door, slapping somebody mama, boom. Or you can go very stealth play, hiding around a corner like you're trying to, you know, sneak into the kitchen and get something to eat at 12 at night after your mom told you not to get out the room, right? Those are two type of gameplays. The stealth play, how would I describe the stealth play? It's fine if you want to do it. It's a fine stealth play. The AI misses you at times for some reason, which is kind of weird to me. I thought it would be a lot smarter, but the thing that goes on with the stealth play is, so you got the hacking in here, right? You got hacking, stealth play. But the thing about the stealth play is, with the hacking, it don't feel like you need to do it all the time. And it feels like it's kind of like more so on the back burner if you want to do it. And you got to remind yourself to do it. It doesn't really like make it very known that you can just hack things all the time and go through and finish it, you know? So that's one thing that's a little generally weird to me, because whenever you're hacking and you're doing everything and you want to be stealthy, it seemed like you're just wasting time, honestly, because you could just run through, kill everything, and be done with the mission. But you know, it's all about your opinion and whatever you want to do to enjoy the game at the end of the day, right? So that's like one of the main things. Let's talk about bugs. Okay. Yeah, around like 2 hours in is where I started seeing glitches. Oh man, this game got a lot of glitches. This game was delayed a lot, so I didn't expect as many glitches as I got. The glitches was a little bit weird. I started getting glitches like people are smoking cigarette, but the cigarettes are on their foreheads, but their lips are still moving. I started getting glitches to where their arms and stuff wouldn't move. And then maybe around like 3 hours in, I started getting glitches. Glitches is, what is that word? Oh my God. I started getting glitches to where it would ruin the game for me, as in like I had to turn the game off because it would freeze so badly, or I would try to fight a boss or, you know, the main guy, and they would be stuck in a wall, or the car would get stuck, and it would just ruin the mission gameplay and just the vibe of the game. So there was a lot of glitches there to where I had to turn the game off. So that was one thing. One thing to go into this with the glitches though, yeah, I didn't expect that many glitches. It was kind of surprising to me, honestly. But the game is fun. Like I said, Night City is something that's going to sell it. One thing that I want to touch on is going to be the decision making. So there's multiple playthroughs of what you're going to be able to do here. So you're going to go with different ways on how you can end it, different ways on how you're going to, you know, be in the city and how you're going to interact with people and what it is that you're going to be doing. So you guys are used to that type of formula in different video games. And in Night City, man, like I said, it just sells so well. The city feels a freaking live. The city feels alive like all the way through. And that's one thing about Night City. Now, one thing that kind of bugged me, I'm not gonna lie, and this is just my personal experience, yours could be different. One thing that kind of bugged me is gonna be just the clothes. The clothes come with stats, which is something that I'm familiar with because, you know, we played a lot of games. But the clothes coming with stats, I'm thinking that I'll be able to have like a way of just like wearing what I want to wear and choose the underneath stats, I would say. Like you'll have the underneath stats, but you wear what you want to wear just to look flashy. Nah, you gotta look ugly. It forces you to wear the clothes with that stat without being able to dress the way you want to. And it's kind of weird for a game that's supposed to be this advanced in 2077 for you to be able to choose and, you know, go in either way that you want to. It's a little bit weird that you're stuck wearing the clothes with the stats to look ugly. And you don't really see your character that much, but every time I see in my character, I was like, dang, why am I naked? That was one thing to go along with it too. So how does this game feel like when you're playing through it? I know we're doing a review, but how does it feel? It feels unfinished. And I know, I don't want to spoil anybody parade. It's a great game, but it still feels unfinished. Like it's so good that I know it was going to be able to hit everybody's hype level. This game was never going to hit the hype level that people have for it, but it's an amazingly fun game. But I feel like this experience is kind of like overthrown by some of the bugs, and just you can tell that there was still more work that's left to be put into the game. But for what they have right now, it's solid and it works for it. That's the crazy thing about it. Like the game has issues, but the issues that it has, it outclasses a lot of games even with the issues because it's still such a strong game, if that makes sense to you, you know? So imagine if everything was flushed out and as clean as it needed to be, the game would have been just absolutely insane. And I know one thing that's going to happen to people is that the hype level is going to push people over the top. Greatest game of all time. You know, the amount of bugs really kind of tones it down, and just the way how you go through it. Now, crafting in this game really didn't make any sense to me. Just being honest with you guys. I'm not hating on the game. I'm just telling you my experience. Crafting didn't make any sense because most of the time when you wanted to craft like, you know, exotic gear or uncommon gear, you know, rare gear, you basically need higher level stuff to craft it. But by the time you start doing that, what then ends up happening is, bro, you're getting higher gear than what you needed to craft. So the pacing of the crafting didn't even really add up to what was basically going on. So that was a little bit weird to me. I feel like the pacing was a little bit weird. Now, the leveling up of your weapons is really slow with the XP. Not nothing to complain about. I only played 33 hours. I didn't do everything in the city, so I'm pretty sure that I need to go through and just basically lock myself into the side quests. Now, Keanu Reeves. Freaking love this dude. I love The Matrix. I love everything about Keanu Reeves. And he's such a dope character in here, bro. He's such a cool character. It's just him. Like, just seeing Keanu just makes you feel good because he's just such a cool character, and he fits the game so incredibly well, bro. It's just so freaking dope. The side quests in this game do feel strong to me, though. They feel really, really good. So playing through side quests will hold you over, and it feels like the side quests are good enough to be some people's main games, you know, their main story games. But the bugs, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be people that spend hundreds of hours in this game. It's people that's getting this game to be lost, okay? Now, you can wait to get this game, or you can get this game right away. And I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna get the game whenever you choose to, because this is one of the hypest game in the past, like, forever, right? So a lot of people are waiting to experience this hype with other people and just their experiences, period. And the thing about it is, you will have a good time, but at the same time, we just gotta wait for them to clear out all of these glitches, clear out all of these bugs, and try to fix some of the system in the game. Like, try to fix stealth a little bit more. Try to go around and make it to where it feels like the crafting system makes sense. The gear that you're going to be wearing makes more sense to where you can wear whatever you want to go through. The customization, like I said, isn't as in depth as you want. You're not going to be able to like create your aunt or anything like that. It's good, but it's still very basic at its core. You know what I'm saying? It's good, but it's basic at its core. The game kind of encourages you to jump into doing side quests, which is good because they don't want you to finish the game just entirely too quick. So it's really good that they try to encourage you to jump into doing side quests and just doing different things and also exploring the city. So they want you to try to get and learn Night City for what it is. You know, you got to learn the boulevards. I'm going over here on 43rd and I'm not from 63rd. You know what I mean? So whoever get that reference. One thing I want to say about this game is that it's so gruesome and gory with the killing. And one thing I want to say is I love it. There's one thing, bro. I just love gore and the killing and doing crazy things, ripping off your arms and stuff like that. That's one thing that's really cool to me. And I didn't think it was going to be like this, but it really is. The nudity, like I said, is insane, right? Mind your little cousins and everybody watching it. Okay, there's video game boobies on there, bro. 3D boobies. But it's literally crazy. It's a beautiful game. The combat is fun. The katana gameplay, a lot of that is fun. I really did enjoy a lot of that stuff. The game is basically made around being a DPS though. So like whenever you try to go through and build different ways and go through different playstyles, it still seems a little bit underwhelming because the game is all about a DPS game. Just going through like a looter shooter, getting the best weapon you can get, running through, killing the enemies. Everything else when you try to be strategic with it, just feels like you just wanting to play the game extremely slow. And it feels like you're being the second option instead of the main option. And the gun blazing, knocking everything out is the main option, but you're going to play to your own playstyle, like I said. Here's my thing. You guys are going to see things like breathtakingly, amazing, greatest game of the 21st century, Cyberpunk hits the mark, your mom wants it and you do too. Pump your brakes. Hold up. The game's great. It's a great game because the things that it did right was done very, very right. And the things that it did right was hit to a high standard. It's a high point. It's beautiful. Night City carrying this game. It's an amazing and it's a world to get lost in. Those are all beautiful things about this game. Amazing. But I won't sit here and lie to you. The issues that it has are some issues that should not be there after what? 6-7 years in development and multiple delays because they said that they were going to flush all of this stuff out. It's so many glitches. I hope that they fix it so you don't have to go through it. Day one patches and everything else. The crafting system is very, very lackluster. It's not really as engaging as you wanted it to be. The next thing is stealth play. Stealth play isn't on par with the run and gun style, so you kind of feel like you're boring. You're the boring friend in the group just for doing that, and you're forcing yourself to do it more so just because it's your play style, right? The next thing to go into this is going to be the fact of the clothes having stats and not being able to wear what you want to wear, which I'm pretty sure CD Projekt is going to fix that. Okay, there's no way I'm hating on this game. I think it's a beautiful game. I think the idea and the concept, CD Projekt know that they delivered a beautiful project, but they know that it wasn't finished. That's one of the things with me. It was not finished, and I won't sit here and lie to you guys like it was. Okay, so overall, how do I feel about this game? 20 plus hours, main story, really good side quests that can hold you over into the game with a beautiful city that can hold you for hundreds, up to 90 plus, 120, 200 plus hours, depending on the type of person that you are with Night City. It's breathtakingly beautiful, high resolution. I didn't get the chance to play it on the PlayStation because the reviewers, we couldn't get, you know, console codes, which kind of sucks because I wanted to play it on the PS5 just to see how it looked, felt, and how it handled it, because the PS5 is kind of like the creme de la creme for the console and, you know, how it's gonna handle with the SSD and everything else. But on PC, it's beautiful. The controller assist was just horrible with driving, and it was just so glitchy on that part. And the amount of glitch that you ran into that made you, you know, forcibly close the game and have to get off the game definitely tells you that the game wasn't finished and they should take a couple more months and not rush this out for 2020. Because I feel like the game was definitely rushed out. You can feel it once you start playing through it a little bit more. But the things that it got right and the things that it did well was kind of done like really well. So it was like it stood out on its The negative stood out, but a positive stood out very, very strongly. You know what I'm saying? And as a lot of players that's looking for a perfect game experience, it's not perfect. So experience some hiccups, a lot of hiccups. But for what you jump into, if you choose to jump into it now, you will have a good time, okay? So that's like one of the main things with me. Did I enjoy my playthrough? I did. Was my expectations higher? Yes, it was. It was higher, and I had to tone it down a lot. I didn't even get mad. I just said, you know what, Rio? It's a game. Relax now, because I expected to be seeing things that I've never seen before. It was kind of like Altered Corbin. Like I said, the show on Netflix. It was definitely Altered Corbin. If you watched that show on Netflix, this is what this game was. So I hope that you guys enjoy it for your experience. After 33 hours, it was a good game that had a lot of issues, and that's kind of like just where I'm at. And I still don't think it's a bad game because it's breathtakingly beautiful and everything else where it's at. And I feel like a lot of reviewers are just going to oversell this game, bro. And a lot of people's expectations. I want people to be fair, because if you don't be fair and you don't be reasonable, you're not going to have a good time. You're going to feel like, oh man, they didn't deliver. You got to tone it down. That hype was so dangerous for this game, bro. And CD Projekt probably should have held the game longer, especially to deal with this, pretty much so with the hype that they've built up around this game. And that's just kind of where I'm at. If you choose to get it now, you'll have a good experience, but not to the hype of what you expected type of experience, if that makes sense to any one of you, okay? So that's my review. If you get it now, you'll have a good time. If you get it later, maybe like 6 months, 5 months later, after they flush everything out and clear it out, you probably have a better experience. And that's just kind of where I'm sitting with the game. So hope that you guys enjoy it. Let me know if you're planning to pick up Cyberpunk 2077. And there's more that I want to talk about with this game. Let me know if you guys want to see a playthrough on the PlayStation 5 and a full brand new playthrough, and just go through and just have a good time. All right, I love you guys. Remember, drop a thumbs up on the video if you enjoy it, and ask me any questions in the comment section. I definitely will answer it. And if not, follow me over there on Twitch. I'll go over the game as well. All right, I love you guys, and take care.